Amelia Bedelia Unleashed, Chapter 9. But what happened in Chapter 8? Oh yeah, I remember. Remember they were giving Pierre a bath, and remember the bath? And then they got the clippers out. They were brushing and everything. They got the clippers out to get rid of the extra, the hair. And then, remember, he accidentally cut a big patch of hair out. Okay, doggone. Charlie dashed out to the deck. Pierre, Pierre, he called. Remember, and he ran away. Come back here, boy. Come here, Pierre. Amelia Bedelia could hear the panic in Charlie's voice. They kept calling and calling Pierre's name over and over until it seemed to echo through the entire neighborhood. But it was no use. Pierre had evaporated into thin air. This is all my fault, said Charlie. Pierre probably feels dumb like I do, and he's run away. I know, said Amelia Bedelia. Let's make posters and hang them in the neighborhood. That worked for a lady I know who lost her dog, Baby. We don't have time, said Charlie. This is an emergency. I am cooked, and the dog show is in a couple of hours. Mom is depending on me. Amelia Bedelia watched the breeze blow another tuft of Pierre's fur across the deck. She caught it and held it to her nose. She could still smell the yummy conditioner they had used. Her eyes grew large, and she said, Charlie, I'm pretty sure you're not cooked. I've got a real idea, but I think I need to call someone before I tell you what it is. Charlie handed her a phone. This is what he heard Amelia Bedelia say. Hi, Diana, it's me, Amelia Bedelia. Hi, I'm okay. You know that bloodhound you walk, Sherlock, right? Like the detective? Can I take him for a walk today? Like right now? Perfect. Will you tell Mr. Holm I'm picking him up? Thanks, we're on our way. Amelia Bedelia grabbed Charlie's hand. Let's go, she said. Sherlock is on the case, and he'll help us for sure. Those are the droopiest jowls I've ever seen, said Charlie. They were headed back to the deck, the last place they had seen Pierre. Sherlock can find anything, said Amelia Bedelia. We just need to give him a clue to work with. She waved a tuft of Pierre's fur under Sherlock's nose. His tail began to wag from side to side. Faster and faster. Look at how cute he is. Boo! Bayed Sherlock. He took off, dragging Amelia Bedelia and Charlie along behind him. Boo! Boo! They ran over lawns, through backyards, across a tennis court, then straight down a street lined with stores. Sherlock led them right into the nearest butcher shop. We're wasting time, moaned Charlie. Sherlock doesn't know where Pierre is. He just wants lunch. Amelia Bedelia wasn't so sure. Excuse me, she said to the butcher. Did a huge French poodle stop in here? The butcher laughed. You mean the dog with the world's worst haircut? Wow, that's him, said Charlie. Yeah, said the butcher. He was here a few minutes ago. He looked miserable. Hey, who butchered his hair? Amelia Bedelia and Charlie looked at each other. Anyway, said the butcher, I felt sorry for him, so I gave him a hot dog. That was really nice of you, said Amelia Bedelia. Here, said the butcher. Here's a hot dog for your bloodhound. Thank you, said Amelia Bedelia. This can be a special treat for Sherlock when he finds Pierre. If he finds Pierre, said Charlie. Amelia Bedelia dangled the tuft of Pierre's hair under Sherlock's nose once more. Track, she said. Baroo! Baroo! Bayed Sherlock, and away they went. Amelia Bedelia could tell that Sherlock was hot on Pierre's trail. They bounded through backyards, over a compost heap, into a briar patch, and across a stream where Sherlock paused to sniff the bank. Amelia Bedelia looked at Charlie. You're a total mess, she said. So are you, said Charlie. If we look this bad, imagine what Pierre is going to look like. Kiss the dog show goodbye. Baroo! Bayed Sherlock at the top of his lungs. This time there was a reply. They heard a feeble woof that sounded as though it was coming from miles away. It's Pierre, shouted Charlie. Sherlock took off again and led them to a culvert, a tunnel that let the stream flow under a road. There they found Pierre. He was wet, cold, shivering, dirty, and a disgusting mess. There he is right there. There's the pipe. Still, they both threw their arms around him. He covered their faces with kisses in return. Amelia Bedelia hugged Sherlock and gave him his hot dog treat. It disappeared into his jowls and was devoured in one gulp. Blum. I think he's saying thank you, said Amelia Bedelia, laughing. Amelia Bedelia and Charlie returned Sherlock to Mr. Holmes on their way back to Charlie's house. Charlie's mom drove into the driveway just as they lifted Pierre into a warm, soapy bath. When she checked on their progress, she was surprised to find Pierre still in the tub. My goodness, she said, you two are going to wash him away. I just want him to look his best, said Charlie. That wasn't really a lie, thought Amelia Bedelia, but it wasn't the whole truth either. She concluded that it was just a fib. Well, shout if you need any help. If you need me, said Charlie's mom, I'll be down in my office. While Charlie scrubbed the muck out of Pierre's coat and pulled out burrs and briars, Amelia Bedelia called Diana again. This is what she said. Can your friend Eric, the dog groomer, perform miracles? Dun, dun, dun.